Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here with my Flosstube update number 398. Almost at 400 videos. Wow. Today is Saturday, August 9th, 2025, and we're just about a week away from my sister's birthday. Her birthday's on the 14th, so she'll be older than me anyway. I'm old too, so, you know. Anyway, yeah, so today's video is going to be pretty short because I really only have one project. And I have a little bit of haul just because I'm, I went to Hobby Lobby with no specific intention, which is always dangerous. It's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry, you don't make the best decisions. I didn't need anything, but I bought something just because I was there. I've been working on Starry Night. This is the Biscornu for cross-stitch camp, for August cross-stitch camp. Stitch something new to you. So this chart, Starry Night, I've talked about before, by Cosford Rise Stitchery. The Starry Night Biscornu. The lighting in here is really weird. It's let me see if I can adjust these a little bit, if that helps. Yes, no, maybe so. Helps a little bit, yeah. There it is. That's a better view. And it's the light in here is a weird overhead light. Anyway, this is what I've been working on for cross-stitch camp, starting at the beginning of this month, August 1st. And my little center thread is kind of in the way there, but this is where I am so far. Let me put this behind it. So on the top corner, there's a sun and a moon. There's a little back stitching to make the sleepy eye of the moon, and with the sun, there's like an eyebrow and basically a closed eye, and a nose, and then the mouth. I don't know if you can see. There's some little slightly red stitches there, antique rose red stitches for the mouth, and these little squares are the cheeks, and the moon has a little cheek there also. But as you can see, there's little clouds here by the moon and some by the sun, and then there are various little swirls and stars and shooting stars and things like that. And there's the Big Dipper. There's another one there. So then down on the bottom corner here, there's going to be a sun on this side and a moon on this side. So this is the front of the Biscornu. So really almost all of this is done. There's some swirls and some, like this square, this little design is done, has stitches in the middle, but this one, which is the same design, I haven't done this one, the middle of this one yet. And so, like I said, this one, there's another color of swirl that goes alongside it, and so that sort of thing, little details like that I'm working on right now. And then I have the big corner stitches. I started to do you can see the outline here of the clouds for the other sun, the opposite corner sun. And I had a little bit of a question. I did it according to the pattern, and I didn't know if it was correct or not, or it was a mistake with the symbols or whatever. And if I'd have thought about it earlier, I probably would have done the border of the clouds here in this blue color. You might not be able to see it because it's kind of almost the same color as the fabric, but I think it'll stand out a little more with the clouds. But over here, the little swirlies are more like a grayish, almost a gray color. They're very light. And with this Biscornu, those two colors are, these are all Gentle Arts colors. I think I said they were colored in cotton before in other videos, but it's all Gentle Arts colors. So, excuse me. So for the sun, the clouds around the sun, the one I already did, you know, the clouds are done in chalk. The cloud is done in chalk on the beside the sun, right? This white chalk color. And in the one I did, the border around the clouds is this trade wind. And it's got a little bit of this, you know, sort of goldish, coppery color. I don't know if it comes across on the screen, but there's a little bit of a gold color, and it ranges from blue, very, very light blue, to almost white in this, the variegation in this skein. The other blue is Blue Jay, and this is the one that's on the border color of the cloud that I'm working on now, the opposite corner cloud. Around the moon, it's this wrought iron for the border and trade wind for the cloud itself. And so you can really see that. It really stands out here, the moon side. On the sun side, like I said, the border and swirly colors are that trade wind color, and they don't contrast nearly as much with the white as they will when I put the white in here. These two colors as opposed to these two colors. Yeah. So I don't know if it was a mistake or if they're supposed to be different like that, because the moon one is not different. The moon one is, you know, this wrought iron and trade winds down here where the moon is going to go, but the sun one is different. So I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I'm letting it go as it's charted, you know, just because I'm not getting paid to make that decision. No, but I'm enjoying it. So so it's coming along very nicely. It's almost all the little swirly things are almost all done. Like I said, there's just a few, and there's the swirls of the cloud, and the sun is going to go in here. Yeah. And so little by little, I'm, you know, filling in those little motifs, and then the big sun and moon are going to go in those corners. That's just the top side. The back side, there's kind of like stars. There's like a cross thing of this very light color. It's called Summer Meadow. It's a very light yellow. And then this gold color in between, so that there's a sort of a gold, the gold cross, and I think it's gold. Anyway, there's you know, little starburst, you know, lines around the star, as I recall. But so those things are in the corners, and then there's again more of these little you know, shooting stars and things like that on the body of the Biscornu. I know that, like, on the back side you have these you know, Big Dipper motifs and the shooting stars, and, you know, all the other, you know, swirls and things like that are pretty much the same. But once I get the big sun and moon on this side done, and those big stars or whatever in the corners, the back side of the Biscornu, then all the little individual shooting stars and stuff like that all are pretty easy to do now that I've done the front. I know kind of how to, how I want to do them, what the easiest way to do them is, and get them all done. So anyway, that is the only thing I've been working on since the first. So I don't know how many days, I have to look at my calendar to make sure that I save, 7 days for each of the 2 WIPGO pieces I have, which are the Beaver and what is the other one? Lost and Found. So both of those need a lot of stitching done on them. And they both have goals of 7 days only. So, and actually looking at my my calendar, if I take, say, another week to do the other side of the Biscornu, to finish the 2 sides of the Biscornu, because it's kind of a lot of like little niggly stitches, a little thing here, a little motif there, a little motif there, and they're not all, a couple of them, a few of them may be connectable, but in other cases, I have to do this little stitch and then cut the thread and do another little, group over here. It kind of just depends on where they fall. But today's already the 9th, so if I can finish the Biscornu by next week, that leaves me 2 full weeks and like a day to do my other WIPGO pieces, and that means 7 days on each of the whips, and just at least get started on the other 2, the Blue Flower Killdeer, Merry Menagerie Killdeer is one of the ones new starts, and the other new start is the Jingle Ball Ornament. I don't have those handy, but the Jingle Ball Ornament is just a little Santa head. There's 2 of them. You can do like a white Santa and a colored face, either brown or black or whatever you want to, you can make them whatever color you want. But anyway, it's just a little like Santa head. It's a little oval, basically shaped Santa. And so there's, a couple of different ways you could do that. But because you could make it, in little ornament. So anyway, those 2 are my new starts, and so I don't have to do more than just start them to hit the goal. But it'd be nice to be able to at least the ornament, the Santa ornament, to start and finish it. But it just all depends on how quickly I can stitch this Biscornu, because I do want to finish it before the month is over, because that's the Jingle, because that's the cross stitch camp goal, is to finish it at least by the 31st. So if I can finish it earlier, that'd be great. So that's all I've been stitching on. I did make one quick trip to Hobby Lobby again today, like I did last week. And I went with my sister, and just, she needed to look for something, and I just went along in like I said, the most dangerous way of going, and that is with no specific goal in mind. Just go and pick it up stuff. So I did get another thing of fabric. This is 28 count white even weave. This is a 14 by 18 inch piece. So, and I fully intend to dye it somehow. I was thinking about maybe coffee dyeing it. We'll see. It's hard now because, like I said, we're kind of in this limbo stage where I don't have, like pots and pans and things like that to dye in, but I do have actually a little like butter tub thing I saved up. We recently, like, emptied out, used the last of the butter in a little plastic, butter tub, and I thought, well, I want to wash it out before I stick it in the trash. I don't want to, put it in the trash with this, gooky butter on it. So I went to wash it out, and as I was washing it out, I thought, because not too long ago, I don't know, I think I may have shared that I had a thing of Talenti ice cream. It comes in, or gelato or whatever. It comes in a little plastic, tub, with a lid, or screw-on lid, and it's about this big, and it's really great for dyeing, small pieces of fabric. And so I thought, well, the butter tub would be good for a slightly larger piece. Just put a little bit of dye in there and stick it in, stick the fabric in all crunched up, and it'll get nicely mottled. And so I could do that with leftover coffee pods. My nephew has a what do you call it, coffee maker thing, what is it called? I can't think of the brand that makes coffee makers. But anyway, so yeah, you just put a coffee pot in there. Keurig, that's what it's called. And so I could easily, just make a cup of coffee and have the little coffee pot and use that to dye fabric with. And yeah, so that's a possibility. Or I could just use, what little dye I have that's not in storage, and dye that fabric. Anyway, but I also bought this little square of fabric there at Hobby Lobby, and it's a fat %, cotton, but it's like a kind of a denim-y black. Yeah, there it is. That's a good rendition. You can see the little striations in there. So it's black, but it's not a solid black. It's a grainy black. Yeah, so I like that. That really just kind of caught my eye. And it was inexpensive. It was like $1.50. So it was nice to get, just because, yeah. So anyway, that's really all I have. And so I'm going to keep plugging away at the Biscornu and try to finish it as quickly as possible. We had a couple of showings this week, yesterday, the day before, and that, it always, it's physically exhausting, and I have to, pack up my poor cats and all this kind of stuff. So it's a big ordeal. But so, yeah, so that interrupted my stitching time, doggone it, yesterday. And then, I was pretty tired, so like, it took me a while to get back into, get my mojo going again and do my stitching. But I'm hoping that I can finish that one side of the Biscornu in the next couple of days, maybe, and hopefully won't take me a lot of time to do the back side of the Biscornu. So maybe I can finish it before the end of this coming week. We'll see. Anyway, I think that is about it. So just a real quick video this week. So again, thanks for watching. I think I'm just shy of 400 subscribers, and just shy of 400 videos too. So yeah, so if you're just come across it for the first time, or you've watched it a couple times, the video a couple times, then feel free to like and subscribe. And I usually do an update every Saturday. And so, yeah. So again, thanks for watching, and I will, the Harvest, I keep saying this wrong. I think it's Harvest Moon Hangout, something. The Lindy Stitches virtual event in September is coming up, and I should have the link to her website in the description box below. And I think it's $15 for the general admission ticket, and there's a couple of classes that you can choose to take for a little bit extra if you want to do that. But if you can do you can do the $15 general admission and just come and hang out and stitch, talk to people, say hello to others, or just hang back and lurk and whatever, participate as much as you want to. But it's going to be fun. It's September, I think it's It's 3 days, 17th, no, 19th, 20th, 21st, something like that. It's that one weekend in September. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, I'll put the link to her website in the description box. And yeah, so come, you know, join us. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I'm going to soon. But I intend to participate in that as well. Yeah, so again, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.